Hello, everyone. It is Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for joining us on stream. Of course, we have the lovely Therese and Alex. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
It is a
Hey,
Monday,
good.
So, very cool. Well, I'm excited. I feel like I talked to Alex about this the other day about TXT, and we haven't talked about a guys group in quite a bit. I think it was actually last month we talked about it. It was just the Therese and Brandon show last month. Um, but I'm excited. I'm ready to get back in the guys group mode. I was listening to a little Got 7 today. I was listening to a little
Nice.
Stray Kids, some ATs, So I was just making
Mm.
my rounds. Got to show the love, but um
There's there's definitely like a core three boy groups that are really popular in fourth gen right now.
mm,
I There's Stray Kids, ATs, and TXT, and I'm not including 17 because some people are like they're borderline fourth gen, whatever. I don't generations don't matter. But those are like the trifecta of popular groups right now.
okay.
17 is definitely way up there. We need to cover them at some
I was
point,
gonna
but
say, yeah,
we also
7.
need to get back to Mamamoo.
We
So
have got
much
a
to
lot.
do.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
saw I saw the other day Le Seraphim's coming back, and I was like, oh god.
Mm,
I'm like, we got a lot of shit. There's a lot in the pipeline. So,
yeah.
and then we had shout outs. We had someone comment on because it obviously posted about us covering TXT, and someone was like, "Can you cover one we?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, somebody asked about this last year, and I was like, "We haven't talked about them either." So we have a list. I feel at this point,
We've got a
we got a
list.
list. We got a list.
You're everyone's welcome to comment the people that they want to see. That's how we like kind of prioritize.
Yeah,
Mostly though, it's just like Alex and I putting together the playlist. So if we want to listen to a certain artist, we'll push to have them done next week.
that's true.
And
That's
that's
true.
kind of what
Yeah.
happened where I was like in a TXT mood. So I made a playlist, and since we already had one and Alex is still working on Mamamoo, that's why we're doing it this week.
I just show up. I'm the one who has the stream set up, and we're good. We rock, and that's it. For people who aren't familiar with what we do, I am the baby. I don't know anything about K-pop. I got into it probably about June/July of last year. So I've been trying to immerse myself in the K-pop culture, the zeitgeist. So I'm very excited to talk about all these groups. I mean, I feel like it's been a really eye-opening experience for me, and I just love talking about it now. So I got to show a lot of
Yeah.
love to Therese and Alex for hopping on board and showing me the ropes a little bit. How familiar are you guys with TXT? Are you? I know Therese put the playlist together, so I'd imagine maybe Therese is a little bit more, familiar with
Yeah,
TXT.
I'd say I'm a MOA. I'd say, which is their fandom name, the Moments of Alwaysness. Yeah, it means something else in Korean. I forgot what it was.
Okay,
I'm
fair enough.
more like a casual MOA. Like I know all the members, I know all the songs. I don't really watch the variety. It's really hard for me to keep up with variety from like all the groups I like. So,
Fair enough.
um, yeah, I love TXT. I've only seen them live once at Lollapalooza,
Oh wow.
but
Okay.
that was pretty cool. Very, very tall fans you guys have.
That's coming. That's coming. That means a lot from you because you're tall as well.
Yeah, I I'm tall. I'm like 5'10", and I had trouble seeing the stage. So I was like, shit,
I
okay.
would have been. I would have been fucked. There's no way I would have seen the
Yeah.
stage.
Which it makes sense because the boys are tall too. So it
Oh, okay.
all they're a tall group all
Yeah,
together.
tall members, tall fans.
Tall.
Yeah.
I wonder how
Um,
I
that. I wonder if there is that correlation though. Somebody has
don't
to know.
know.
I'm curious.
This is definitely the tallest K-pop group I've ever seen though.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Alex, what about you?
I'm pretty familiar with TXT. I definitely
Okay.
know all the title tracks. I've seen all the music videos. I know a lot of the B-sides. Um, I don't. I've listened to all the albums. I think I own a couple of the albums.
Oh.
Um, I don't know the members really, like by name or face, except for Kai.
Mm.
Because he looks so much like his siblings. Um, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Never
Cool.
seen them. Never really watched any variety. Never engaged much. I just jam out to the music a lot.
Very exciting. We have our resident boy group, Stan Logan. Appreciate you for providing us with your knowledge. So in future tense, but yeah, I'm excited to delve into them. I don't know anything about TXT, so I think best way to jump into it is with their first song, which I think is it just says Crown here, so I don't know if that's
Yeah,
if that's correct.
if you look it up on Spotify, it'll say crown in English.
Okay.
I've got a translation of the Korean title, which, for anyone that doesn't know, TXT's song titles in Korean are notoriously long to the point that they become like a variety show segment, trying to guess what the words in order are.
Okay.
So this one is one day a horn grew from my head. So crown.
I get yeah. Okay. Makes
All right,
sense.
off the bat, I have a question.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this is this pre-release or is this official debut?
So what we're about to watch is actually the choreography version.
Mm.
But this was the first song that we heard from them.
Okay.
I
The
consider
reason
it a
I asked,
debut.
okay, the
Yeah.
reason I ask is I remember thinking that 9 3/4 was the debut when I saw that.
Oh no, that's from their second album.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I
this
am
is
just mistaken then.
the yeah, this was the debut track. And it made some pretty big waves when it dropped. So
Very
Cool.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Camaraderie. You're
Anyone
voting.
watching, I don't know much. I've heard it, but I'm gonna be asking dumb questions. So
I haven't watched these music videos in a long time, so this will be fun.
I always ask dumb questions, so you can expect that type of commentary from me. But either way, let's get in the crown. I did think it was funny because Therese said the. I think it was this video, Therese, that you said you tried to do the original music video. It got flagged, but you did the
Yeah.
choreography music video. It was
I
fine.
put I put the original Crown music video in the playlist, and when I pre-uploaded it, it was like, "Sorry, you can't upload this to YouTube." I'm like, "What?" It's
Well,
the first video. Oh, okay.
it's all right.
Choreography works too. They're really great.
I'm about
yeah,
the choreo, honestly, so I'll
if
take
I
it.
can make
Yeah.
if I can make one more aside on my relation to TXT, is that this is the group I've watched the most choreography videos from, because I think
Oh.
that I haven't watched a ton of choreo, especially for boy groups, but from what I've seen, I've watched like a lot of AT's Stray Kids choreo stuff too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I think TXT has the most interesting choreography out of like any group I've ever seen. It
It's
to
pretty
the point
crazy.
where sometimes there's times where I start like binging choreo vids, and it's
Mm.
just always TXT stuff back to back. They're so cool.
Exciting. Well,
It's very unique in my opinion. So I've also watched a lot of their dance practice stuff.
very
Yes.
exciting. All right. Well, let's get into the crown, guys. What's going on, Manji? Thanks for joining us. again, that trap beat. I think they came out with a little bit more energy with this song, which I'm about as well too. But yeah, I think it's inoffensive. I don't really have a. I don't
I
really
wouldn't
have
say
anything bad.
inoffensive. Someone's offended.
Yeah,
Someone's
I'm a
okay.
little offended.
Okay, I'm offended they
Who are
didn't.
you?
I'm offended
There's
they
some
didn't.
people that don't like it.
I would okay, so I'll say a middle of the road. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Like if it came on
Okay.
my playlist and I was listening to it, I would like maybe turn my volume down a notch just so people don't hear like cat and dog noises ringing out of my ears, but like I wouldn't click off of it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Alex?
To kind of go off of what Brandon said, I think that the beat is aggressive, but I don't think the delivery of the vocals are aggressive.
I agree with that. 100%.
I don't think they did an aggressive performance. I think it's actually like quite the opposite. It's like really soft performance with like cat boys and like cat and dog choreo, and it's so campy and stupid, like on purpose. And but the beat is just a hard trap beat.
It's a great.
So it's
yeah, it's a good
really
beat, yeah.
like an interesting juxtaposition.
I like that you
the
said
song does.
kawaii trap. This for sure.
I think yeah.
How
I can't think of
categorize it
another
else.
way to describe it.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, you're on
Yeah.
first pass. I think you nailed it. I will also say I enjoyed that like auto tune like pre-chorus thing that they had going on. I thought that was really like I think it kind of sets up the chorus very well. I know it's like a very minuscule part of the song, but I think it breaks it off enough to be like, oh, this is cool. I like the way that it's broken up.
The part with the O's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. You know, watching this video gave way more, I don't want to say context, but it reminds me of like one of the variety things I did watch of them before, which was TXT doing the puppy interview.
Oh, that's cute. That's full circle right there.
Like years ago. It was like, I don't, probably close to debut, maybe a little bit after. But they did one of those like BuzzFeed interviews where they all play with puppies, and just seeing them all playing with puppies, and this was like, it's like that.
That's so
that
cute.
BuzzFeed video.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty positive on the song overall. I don't have
Good.
like, I'm positive on it in a sense of like, I like some dumb campy music. You know what I mean? And that's
Right,
where
right.
that's where this sits for me. This isn't like
Right.
like if I'm showing somebody TXT for the first time, this is not close to the top of the songs I'm showing them.
That's fair. Yeah,
Sure.
I would agree.
But
I have
but this would go in my personal playlist though.
Okay.
I have a full playlist of campy K-pop songs. Also on this playlist is Ring Ding Dong, Christmas Evil by Stray Kids. We love that one. My
No, we
turn. Yes, we do.
Police Navidad.
My Turn by Gravity. Brum, 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 Skirt. A lot of Blackpink. I think Blackpink does it very well. Some ITZY. But yeah, it's such like I just love it. If you're gonna be in a very specific like idea of a song, go all in. Like
Okay.
they did it. They did
Okay.
the cat songs, the cat sounds, the dog sounds. They did it in the choreo. They did it in the
they
music
did.
video, and like they're styling. And then like all the fans were in on it too. This was one of the first K-pop concerts where people were barking because
Yeah,
it was
his
part of the
Al
song.
said
So-
that in the chat. I
Yeah.
read that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes. Yeah, the barking fans. This is kind of where it started. I don't know.
okay.
If it actually, it was this and
The
Stray
origin.
Kids.
The origin.
It was
yeah.
both. It was all of them. It's all the new ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's such like and it's got a really good beat, so you can't help but bop your head to it.
And bark.
So and bark. Yeah. Let's play forever. I just want to be a dog. Woof 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 woof.
You're really, yeah. I feel like Therese wakes
So
up in the
good.
morning and she says that to herself in the mirror.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, nailed it.
I
I
do
can
want it to
imagine
be a
I can
dog.
imagine that part at a concert going pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure. But yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 song. I love all their little ad libs, all of it.
Oh, that was sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. That one last thing I had to say was in the lyrics when they did that like thing.
Yeah.
They were purrs on the lyrics.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
So good. Perfect.
Sorry.
Oh God. Oh no.
No other animal song will do it justice. Like Old
Oh.
MacDonald had a who? No.
I'm glad that replaces that
Um,
nursery rhyme for you,
and
Therese.
to complete the circle, this was one of the first actually good K-pop songs that was released in Korean first and then given an English version. The English version is legit. I was sitting here like, all of these words make sense. I understand everything they're saying. It all goes to the beat and it doesn't sound cringe. I mean, it sounds cringe because it's a cringe song, but that was part of the whole thing. So I'm like,
It's campy.
you got to go listen to the English version, guys. If you
I
don't
will.
remember it, it's so good.
I'm sure
I
you're
was
gonna drop it
blown
to us.
away.
You're gonna drop it
I
to
was
us in
blown
our
away.
Discord. I get it. I'm gonna see that
This was
later
a time. This was pre-Dynamite, pre-anything. I mean, we had Bad Boy by Red Velvet. We had some NCT songs in English, but those were written in English. Like, this was a Korean song that they translated. And it was so good. I'm impressed.
I'm gonna have to listen. Getting some comments here. Logan says this was from the previous video, but they said I feel like the reason why I liked it when it first came out was because one of the years where boy groups were going hard and it was different because it came out now. It'd probably be different opinion because most boy groups are doing brighter concepts. That makes sense. Everybody kept commenting on the barking stuff. Logan says there's a reason why I don't usually watch reaction videos to this song. Love it. Appreciate you sticking it out for us here. His Al says, I mean, K-pop. I mean, as K-pop for me, I assume they're referencing like campiness. I've been here since 2011, 2012, so camp is what I'm always looking for. Logan says this NCT sticker of TXT, but I find this is a little bit more enjoyable. Oh, that's a song. Sorry.
You like sticker. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. And then says NCT are my old, so olds can say. I can add that to say. Love it. Yeah, I like. I appreciate they're going like full force into it. You know, like they didn't like.
Yeah.
I agree with Therese. Like they just fully did it. You gotta respect that. You know, I fuck with that. You know, if you're gonna deliver, just go full on. So yeah. That was an interesting one, but we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna move on to the next one here, which is it says the Dream Chapter Magic.
Yeah, so before we get to Runaway, which is an amazing title track,
Okay.
This was a trailer that came out before that album, and it just blew my mind. So I wanted to share it with you guys. It has a little bit of the samples from all the songs on the album, but it doesn't have like its own. It's kind of its own actual song. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate the added context. All right, let's get into it. And this is just like a trailer for the album?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, that's cool. That's crazy. That's so sick.
도망갈까?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That was impressive as hell.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was super impressive. Yeah,
That was
kudos.
very, very performative, very theatrical.
It was incredible. It blew my
Yeah.
mind. And it's so
Yeah.
simple. It's just choreography
I mean-
done on projection screen.
Yes and no. I mean, it's really complicated, I think.
I was gonna
Like
say, yeah.
the precision, and I mean, obviously shout out to them for like an amazing performance, but really, really huge shout out to whoever directed this. Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
real
Was
The
this
real
another
feat-
Olympians?
the real
Probably.
feat in my opinion here is like whoever did all that playing with like angles and perception,
Force
and
perspective, yeah.
all the playing with space and stuff. Really, really impressive, and like the transitions and all the screen work is really incredible.
Yeah.
Whoever they got to put that together.
This is the Lumpens people, which are the people that have done all the BTS music videos. So
Oh,
they're
okay.
10 out of 10. Amazing people.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But there's no show set. There's no like extra effects. It's just like,
it's all
It's all
practical.
practical.
yeah. I love it. I
This is
want
the
to
kind of
see
thing
more
that
of
I would
this.
like. This is the kind of thing you would like pay money to go to like a light show performance to see.
Oh, yeah.
Like just this alone.
Yes. Yeah. So this was my favorite album. It was decided.
I will say,
To preface.
I will say, on the point of Alex, like, yeah, I think seeing something like this, and also to your point too as well, Therese, like, I think if I was to watch this, which I just did, I would have a far more appreciation for the record now, because I think like it gives you so much more appreciation for like the time and effort that they would put into a record release, where if this was like the first thing that I saw to lead up to like an album, you know, I would be so fucking hyped if this is what I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, like they're coming out the gate. I love that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that would sell me as a fan, like a new fan, which I mean I am now, but like if I was
Yeah.
like a TXT, like in the moment, like was waiting for their next release, like I would be like, oh my god, this is sick. I fucking love this. Like, I'm gonna share this with like my homies. Like, this is it, you know? So I gotta give them a lot of credit for kind of like being artsy in the way like that. Not that I don't think K-pop groups or other artists don't do, but I think there was just a lot of care and like effort put into this that I think really showed that they wanted this release to do well, because they're like, we're putting this effort in.
they put a lot into this group because,
Mm.
they had to succeed. They were following some pretty big footsteps. But they chose the best team for it, and their team and the boys themselves just shot it out of the park every single time. So I think this was like meant for people to buy stocks essentially and be like, yeah, like we want you interested in this group for this group. We don't want you to think about like who else is in this company. We want you to think about them as individuals, and they're
Funnel it,
doing a
yeah.
really good job of that. So they're already establishing the like boyish charm and the very
Mm.
fresh concepts, and now they're introducing like, hey, this is like how talented they are. We don't need to add anything. We just wanted to showcase what we got.
Yeah. I also think it shows off their incredible choreo too. Like, obviously directing it and like the way that that their company went about directing the film kind of a thing worked out super well too. But I think it also utilizes their skills as dancers. So
Yeah.
I think it's another side that I think I don't want to say people neglect. I guess more so I'm speaking, I guess, for myself because I come from a heavier background of music where like there isn't that much focus on the like dancing or like artistic aspect of that, where it's the inverse. A lot of it's more based off the music perspective. So I think to me it's like this is art in a different way, but still kind of completes that other half that is like the music aspect of it. And I think it gives you a little bit more appreciation, especially if this like trailer thing kind of conceptualizes more into like their music videos and like there's tie-ins in that way. So I love this. This
Yeah.
was great. This was a great addition. So thanks for that, Therese. But if you have anything else to add, I think we'll get on to the next song because that technically wasn't really a song, but had
Right.
to watch it.
There was something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember. Oh, we'll
That's all
get
right.
into it.
You'll remember it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Well, what's the next? The next one on the list here
Oh,
is
right. The next one is, I think the full Korean title is I'll Be Waiting for You at Platform 9 3/4 Runaway. So,
the Harry
yeah,
Potter reference. Love it. All
Magic
right.
Pop. There we go.
All right. Runaway. Let's get into it.
So, if you haven't noticed, they're going to do a lot of heavy story concept with that trailer and with all of the trailers from their music videos.
Oh, there's a door. All right.
We're not
I
okay. I'm
said
not safe.
They said no.
I think musically, I like it. I like the whistling. It's still attributed to the magic pop that I felt in the other songs they've had.
Okay.
I think they did some really interesting pitch bends and a lot of good effects on all their voices. The music video was scary because like all that strawberry juice looked like blood
Yeah,
and like
that's yeah.
guts.
Oh yeah.
And I was really scared. I was like, what is going on? It kind of felt like I don't know. You go from like the really cute like 2-year-old nephew to like the terrible threes where they're like throwing stuff and yelling everywhere and I'm like, "Ah, what's going on? I thought you were cute."
Oh my god.
Uh, so concept-wise, it definitely struck me, but it became such a grower, and I like it a lot more now. I think it's a really, really interesting music video and a really interesting song, and I listened to it. I really like this album. I said last album was my favorite album. This is my favorite album, and
Wow. All
they're
right.
all my favorite album.
They're all
I
my
really
children.
like this album. So I think it was they did a very good job incorporating what they had already built into something new to
Yeah.
change the narrative a bit.
I would say for me, I enjoyed this a lot. I think this one is pretty up there for me as well. I'm gonna hold with bated breath for part two, just in case I don't want to bite my tongue. But I would say this is definitely up there in terms of the vibes. I think what I've noticed about a lot of TXT stuff is like the way that they kind of conceptualize the music video, and also how well the musicality of the song lines up with the music video. I think they really, again, it goes back to my statement from their previous album, how they're so direct in the way that they kind of take this art very seriously, whether it be from like the visual aspect of it or the musicality aspect of it. So to me personally, I think they did a really great job of kind of, again, finding the balance of both of those two things. I will say as well, I like the song a lot. I think a lot of the vocal layering, I think, does a lot of the work too, especially in that chorus. I thought there was some really cool like vocal ad libs, things that I was trying to like actually listen for in the second part. The second time I listened to the chorus, because there was some really cool like vocal lines going on in there. I would also agree with like a lot of what Alex and Therese said about like the way that the vocals were pitched and like the way that they're kind of set up. I thought that was really, really well put together. But yeah, I would say this one's definitely one that stuck out to me a lot. It kind of gave me a little bit of the One Red Velvet music video where they have the pizza delivery guy come over. And like it kind of gave me that sort of vibe where it was like where you knew like something was gonna happen, something was gonna go wrong, and I think like as the music video progresses, you start to see like everything start to turn, and especially the part where they showed the clip where like the house is burning. I'm like, okay, this is we're something's wrong, something's going on.
like the video like keeps you on the edge of like wondering if all the members are serial killers or not.
Correct.
Which
Yeah.
is like the same thing that the Red Velvet video did.
Correct. Exactly. So I think to me it draws a really lovely parallel between those two music videos. Not that they are connected in any sort of way, unless they could be.
Unless.
I don't know. That'd be a very, very. I feel like that would be a very Charlie Day like mood board kind of thing that I'd have to do. But I love this. This is a great song. I think it kind of is. I don't know if this is like a one-off song, and I'm sure I'll find out with the next title track we'll listen to, but I'm curious if whether or not this is like the turning point for them to like do more darker concepts, because as Therese said, they've been a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more like tongue-in-cheek, and I feel like this one is like their dive into being like, hey, so like we want to be taken seriously. We can do kind of more serious, more like gripping kind of things. So I think that's
Well,
cool.
you called it.
I called it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there was a lot of really dark, almost gothic music videos.
Wow.
I don't
Okay.
know which ones I added. Hold on. Because uh there's a different song on this album that I wanted us to listen to instead of the other promoted one. But I did add the other promoted one. Okay, so we'll watch
Okay.
it.
Well, both. Okay. Very sick.
Yeah.
Logan gave us a little synopsis on the music video. Music video is centered around Subin, not able to open up to his members and feeling like they don't understand him. Uh, Byung-gyu, is that, am I correct on that?
Bumgyu. Yeah.
Bumgyu starts to feel the same way, but clearly takes a different approach by trying to separate. Oh boy, because in this storyline he can be the kindest person, but he also has a dark side. Yeonjun, the yellow hair, is the one trying to keep the friend group together, and that's just a small summary. The red light scene only happened with Byung-gyu, which is to show him changing over to the dark side. And another detail in the song is Subin says, "Who's a liar?" while crossing his fingers to show that he's a liar, in fact, and not telling them how he is really feeling. That is some really interesting like conceptualizing in like a music video that is 3 minutes and 50 seconds long. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
It was a
Thank you
lot
for
to
the,
take in that.
Thanks for the context.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Logan. Appreciate it. All right. Well, hopefully we won't see more dark concepts.
Haha.
Anyway,
Yeah, hopefully not.
hopefully
The
not.
next one, I had to look up the translation again. This one is, I think it's "What if I had been that puma at the zoo?" Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
You could just look up Puma. I think that's the same.
Puma.
Is Puma the English title?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I didn't like that breathing movement. They were so like.
They're
what?
so
They
ready.
looked like NPCs.
They're ready. They're ready. All right. Well, that was Puma. I'm just gonna summarize it to just Puma because Logan said it in the
Puma.
chat. So I'm just gonna call it Puma. That's it. I guess I'll go first. I thought it was solid. I'm glad they did go with the darker concept. I think that definitely felt like the next appropriate step for them to take. So I'm glad they fully, invested in that. I do think that the music, like this song specifically, I think needs more of an aggressive tone. And I find that this song doesn't have that sort of like, no pun intended, I feel like it doesn't have that bite that I was expecting. Like I would expect like more of an aggressive delivery. I think especially the way that they kind of set up the music video, I was kind of expecting them to just like go hard. Like I thought they were gonna have like a little bit more like grit. I thought they were gonna have like maybe a little bit more rasp. I thought they were gonna bring a little bit more of that like animalistic sort of
we
instinct.
heard it in the last.
We heard it in the last track. So I think for me, that was kind of the only thing that I feel like was missing about the song. I love the beat. I think like a lot of the way like some of the vocal layering was structured out in the song was really well done too. But yeah, I think it needed just a little bit of a little extra. I think they could have they were hitting us at like a nice like 6. I feel like it could be like an 8. An aggression. It could just put a little more.
If I can piggyback on that a little bit, I think that this felt to me like an R&B song that got thrown into like a trap beat.
Yeah.
Like
okay. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Like it's like somebody gave them a trap song like that. I would think that like ATs or Stray Kids might take.
Okay. Yeah.
But TXT took a different route with it, and what I thought was interesting, and this is like a positive interesting for me, is that for a song that is really just an aggressive trap song, it's only one rap verse, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did
and
notice
I
that,
don't
yeah.
know, I don't know his name. It's the guy with the blonde hair in the video.
The
It's
yellow hair.
Yeonjun.
Hyunjin.
Yeonjun, yeah.
which was a really great verse actually. I thought
Agreed.
it was
Yeah.
good. It fit, and it was appropriate. But the rest of the song, honestly, especially with the vocal samples, it was really just a lot of singing. It was all singing, really. I mean, there were some kind of like sing rap ish parts, but really, it was a an approach to the vocal delivery that I think is very TXT,
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would agree.
and
Yeah. Hmm.
I kind of like that about it. I wouldn't say that it's like I sort of had I don't think I've heard this before, by the way, for context. So I sort of had similar expectations when it started that it was going to be a song where they would be like showing off some of their rap capability or going a little harder with the vocals.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't say that I was disappointed, but my expectations were definitely diverted.
Yeah, I would also agree with that
Um,
sentiment. Yeah.
but I enjoyed it for the most part. Um,
Be like a cutoff because like I can't imagine like any group prior to them like going into the military and being like, let's keep doing the like really cutesy stuff up until that point, you know? Like I feel like there's got to be
I
a
think
cutoff.
I think the closest we've gotten is 17. And
Oh,
while it's not
okay.
exactly cutesy, it's all very bright pop.
Bright pop. Yeah,
And
exactly. Sorry.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
You are right though that almost every group does drop the cute thing. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Sooner
they'll,
versus
like,
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was too soon for me.
Okay.
I wanted at least
you
two
wanted
more.
to run its course a
I
little bit
wanted
more.
2 more albums, yeah, that were like sweet or soft or
Fair.
maybe a little more cuddly animals, not so much the deadly
The
ones.
Pumas, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, they did talk about it. They went out straight out the gate with the Puma. It was all
I
downhill
like
once they
it.
started smashing up strawberries in their previous music video.
Yeah, I miss when they were simple cat boys. Now they're Pumas.
Hey, listen, if you
I
think
like
about
it.
it, if you think about an evolutionary chain, I mean, like, you know, they're destined
Yeah,
to go to
that's true.
Puma, you
That's
know.
true. Every cute kitten becomes a deadly cat.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
That's
I
correct.
do like the song a lot more now. I think I like it more watching it today than I did yesterday or the day before.
There we go.
It's so hard. It's so hard for me to give up the younger boys when I want them to stay young and cute.
Very maternal of you, you know. You're like,
I
want them to
guess.
stay adorable for forever. I just want to squeeze their
I also
cheeks.
well, and it's kind of like when your best friend's brother like tries to be all cool and like
okay.
like
Yeah.
sexy, and you're like,
Oh, that's cute.
I don't know. That's definitely like older K-pop mindset.
Yeah,
Everyone
sure,
else can enjoy it. That's great.
I'm curious to hear Logan's perspective on that because he's much younger than us. So I'm curious to hear what he has to say. But getting into some comments he has made, and for their specific storyline in Angel or Devil, it showed them trying to figure out if they should stay being good or convert to the dark side. And this shows them going to the dark side. And also, speaking of cats in the storyline, a cat is the villain trying to control them, which would make sense. And they end up making a deal with the cat, who says if they make a deal that they'll have more power and freedom, but that deal with the cat now has full control over them.
Oh, okay. So I know the cat you're talking about because in the 12-minute music video, there's like a big Cheshire cat looming over them. So I never made the connection with like Puma and the cat and dog. They have another Puma song that is called something else.
Not Puma.
But yeah, not no. It's
Puma.
It's something. It's like something. Oh, what if I had been that Puma? It's in English this time instead of Korean.
Okay.
But it's a different song.
They're really trying to get that product placement. I gotta respect them for that, you know. Puma, where you at? Come on.
I'm sure they got a Puma sponsorship at some point.
I don't know. We hope.
Yeah.
All that effort to name your song Puma, I feel like you gotta, you know, somebody had to reach out to him. But anyway, if Puma wants to sponsor us, we'll take it, you know. So Puma, hit our lines. Let's go. Take it. Anyway. The next one here we have is Eternally, and this is one of those cool music lyric videos that I like.
Everything I've said about Dark Concepts, I take them back. We can have this one. I love this one. This is one of my favorite songs.
You're really retracting all your statements.
Yeah. This is my car wash song. I swear to God, every time I get into the car wash, I put this song on, and it syncs up perfectly with the car wash. I can't explain it. It's magic. Everyone should try it.
On that note, on that note, let's listen to Eternally.
매일 밤 꾸는 네 악몽 잡힐 듯 말 듯한 네 손 이제 말해줘 입가를 헤매는 일은 이 슬픈 꿈의 의미를 추억의 미로 속 잠긴 내 마음 구해줘 날 영원의 꿈 제일 깊은 곳 눈을 떠보니까 밤 불꽃비가 내리던 날 아웅을 부르는 춤 끝나지 않는 리듬 비명이 섞인 이 어둠 거치는 너의 눈앞에 펼쳐진 이 낙서 다시금 속을 내쳐 추억의 매우 속 잠긴 내맘
Huh?
구해줘 날 영원의
Just let it happen.
I'm gonna let it cook.
This is mixed pop.
눈을 떠보니까 밤 불꽃비가 내리던 날 아웅을 부르는 춤 끝나지 않는 리듬 비명이 섞인 이 어둠 거치는 너의 틈 눈앞에 펼쳐진 이 낙서 다시금 속을 내쳐 추억의 미로 속 잠긴 내맘 구해줘 날 영원의 꿈질게 잠든 푸른색 비밀로 Don't go breaking my heart Don't breaking my heart 저 끝난 세상 잊혀진 둘이 읽겠어 데려가줘 그 비밀로
All right. That was Eternally from TXT. I guess I'll go first unless someone wants to cook.
You had a lot of facial expressions.
I did have a lot
I
of
enjoyed
facial
watching.
expression. I feel like this is what schizophrenia is like.
Ooh.
Not I don't want to say that in a negative way. I think to me it's very like Jekyll and Hyde. Like you get like both side like you get a light side where they're like very airy, the vocals are like really like ethereal, really beautiful, and then it flips and then you get like this dark, like brooding like Billie Eilish kind of like instrumentation. For some reason I couldn't get like Bad Guy out of my head. That was like that song, it just like sonically reminded me of that. I think for me I enjoyed kind of more of the like lighter side of what they did because I didn't realize how like vocally like breathy their softer vocals are. Like that was something I picked up early on, but like I couldn't really place it, and they all have it. Like I thought it was like, oh, maybe it's just like certain members, but all of them have like this really kind of like airy kind of vocal quality, especially within their like more falsetto and like more delicate kind of vocals. You're able to hear a little bit more nuance with that, so I appreciate that for the song. I do think it's a little jarring. I think that's probably the one thing that I will say is I don't know if I'm particularly feeling this song just because I think it is so like wish-washy in that way. But I think it was very nice to kind of get a different spin on the TXT formula, you know. So I'll take it at that. Probably my least favorite right now, but I think maybe there is a possibility this could make its way into like the rotation a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm a little on the fence about
That's
this one.
totally fine. It is jarring. It's meant to be jarring.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yes. For album context, There's a lot of interesting songs on this album. There's the Can't You See Me, there's Puma. There's also Fairy of Shampoo, which is a cover of a very popular like Korean karaoke song. And that's also very like a little bit
Whimsical.
light, airy, whimsical. That was their other promoted track, like on music shows and stuff.
Okay.
And I think the duality in the album itself is wrapped up perfectly with this track being the last track. So
this is the closeout song.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
That makes
So we had their intro. We had their cutesy concepts that I really liked. We have the dark concepts that Alex really liked, and now we have both in one
He
album.
said yes.
Yeah. And I think the best way I can explain it is like a puberty album. Like this is what puberty is. Like you wake up one day, you're like, this is the best day ever, and then
Okay.
halfway through the day, you're like, I hate everyone, I hate everything, let's burn it down.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think I resonated a lot with the concept of that musically, and it also just makes a really good car wash song because you've got the sprinkly little water part, and then you've got the like fans beating on your car part, and then it's like all sprinkly water, and then it's the air dryers.
I just want to say I don't get that whatsoever. I was really trying to
go
feel
through a car wash?
No. I've gone through a car wash. I just don't get the concept of what you're trying to relate to people by saying this is the perfect car wash song.
The perfect car wash song.
I mean, I respect your. I
Alex?
fuck with your vision on why you think it's good, but that's about as far as I'll go in terms of giving you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Maybe I have to try it. That's what it comes down to. I'll record myself doing that, and I'll say whether or not this is a 2 thumbs up or I'm not feeling it. Alex,
I guess I'm last, huh?
you I think you are. Yeah.
This one is not it for me.
So we're on the same page. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like. The problem is, like, I think I like both parts individually. I just don't like them in the context of being together.
I agree.
So I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about the song, other than I just think they would have been 2 separate good songs.
Yeah.
Also true.
I would agree with that. Yeah. 100%.
That's all. That's where my issue lies, and I think that I think like jarring transitions can be good in a sense of like I like a lot of stuff like that. I like what like NMix, for example, does with like their mix pop stuff usually.
Okay.
But for this, I don't know, especially because it's like recurring. Like they go back to the same parts over and over again. They still don't work. It doesn't really do it for me.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my Gemini.
It could be. I don't know. I'm the Pisces. I have the 2 fish, so it could be. Yeah. Hey, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It is curious. I think it does give me a little bit more respect for this song that it is the last song, and that album is kind of jarring in that way. So I think it does. I think I'll give it a little bit more of a benefit of the doubt for it being the closer and like kind of combining the 2 elements that they're known for right now. So I do like that.
You don't have to like it.
I'm not saying I like the song. I'm just saying I'm gonna give it more credit.
No, I'm
now.
saying you don't have to like it. It's okay if you don't like it.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, so that's why I'm just saying I give it the benefit of the doubt for being on the album and the way that it's set up. I think that I think it makes sense, you know. But yeah, Logan says reading about their storyline is going to give me a brain aneurysm. But it's so fascinating. Doing the research now is making me invested in the storyline, so it must be good enough to explain. So that's awesome. And then it's a song that you'll appreciate more listens in the entire album as a one-off song. It's wild, but I think in the album it fits. So I think you came to the same I came to the same conclusion that you mentioned. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna come back and listen to it. I'll give it a fair shake for sure. All right. So this next one we have is Blue Hour. Is this on the next? Is this like the next album? Cycle.
So this was a mini album that they released during the pandemic, and It's very pandemic coded. The Blue Hour song, not so much. Although it is pretty fun timing that the Democrats won the American election around the time that this song got released, like within the same week, I want to say. So,
Wow.
um,
Okay.
it's just a cute little coincidence. And then the other songs are like We Lost the Summer. I put Ghosting on here, so we're gonna listen to that.
Oh.
That's a really good
Okay.
one. And yeah, they're a little bit sad, but also like trying to make the best of it songs.
Ah. Okay. I know the
So
vibe.
it's kind of a one-off project. Like it's not meant to be a part of the storyline or anything. It's
They wanted to fill the
just for
gaps.
funsies. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get into a Blue Hour then.
What you said about
Sure.
like the trend wearing on you a bit, I think I feel a fraction of it in this song. I still really like this song. I think particularly I like that little line dancing segment. It kind of sets it apart.
Yeah.
But the fact that I can't listen to it on Spotify, I'm like, oh, I'll just sing it in my head anyway.
Yeah,
But
I think the way I look at this song is like, who isn't gonna like this song? You know what I
Right.
mean? Who's not gonna like a song that's like really easy listening, 80s disco pop revival?
Yeah.
Like, not
Mhm.
everyone's gonna like Jopping. Everyone's gonna like Blue Hour. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone
Yeah.
loves
Yeah, I don't know.
Jopping.
I like
Hey,
Jopping.
everyone here loves Jopping.
Everybody's dropping, you know.
I'm jumping and popping all the time. I love that song.
We dropping. Yeah.
But no, I still really like this song. I think it does give me a little bit of heartache just knowing the time that this was released and doing those things. But
Yeah.
it's still very fun. And I like the bright concept. I think it's really interesting that they were able to simulate the sounds of a sunset in the ambience of the song. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but it very much
Yeah.
sounds like a sunset.
Oh, you're talking
It's
about like the
something you would
beginning.
listen
You're
to
talking
at
about
the
like the
sunset.
beginning, that like beginning
The
section and end
beginning,
section.
and then also like it's like in the background of the track, like um just a little synth of like
Yeah.
yeah. It's very it's a good like mid-range. But yeah, I also think it's interesting. I didn't notice in the music video, but now I'm noticing like you always see the Ferris wheel, but you could never go to it. Like it's at some point the closest they get, it's a painting. And then a bird's just flying in front of it. And I'm like, oh, ouch.
Oof.
Like true escapism.
We'll never be able to touch the Ferris wheel, guys. Just remember that.
Yeah, damn.
Yikes. Wow, way to bring the mood down, Therese. No kidding.
It's a sad one. Like it's kind of sad.
It is sad, but it's all right. We'll get through it. Some comments. Logan says in this MV they are in Magic Island, and at the time 5:53. Wow, so that's very specific. Which is mentioned in the song. They have to cross back to the real world, but they don't want to go back and are unsuccessful in finding a way to stop time and stay. Byung-gyu is the only member aware that their time in Magic Island will come to an end, which happens at the end, showing the ride shutting down. Subin also mentions in the lyrics, "I really hate this awkwardness," referring to the tension that is still lingering from "You Can't See Me." And they mention the difference between dogs and wolves and not being able to tell the difference when the sun sets, and doubting that everyone in the group is a dog and not a wolf. Wow. That's some deep shit right there. So, did not pick up on that, obviously, but now it's going to make me think about that. It's going to make me think about the dogs now. Dogs and wolves. So.
And the pumas and the cat.
The pumas and the cats, you know. So many
and
animal
Cinderella.
references. Just randomly, yeah. They could have just thrown Snow White in. That would have made more sense. Is that gonna be our vocal bit for this episode? I feel like we have
It's
one.
gotta be.
I feel like
I
we
swear,
have one.
like for 2 years, that's all I heard on TikTok. I
know.
swear.
I noticed that every episode we do, we have one thing that we just beat into the fucking ground, and I think this is it. We found it,
Wing
guys.
buzzing.
Yeah, wing buzzing. Oh,
Wing
boy.
buzzing.
Oh god. Anyway, if you join us for Kepler. I'm not gonna say Kepler 1 for all you people that think I'm gonna say it like that. I fucked it up last time, all right?
I never even mentioned TXT stands for something. It stands for
It's
tomorrow by together.
Yeah.
Tomorrow by together. The X is a
Oh,
by because it's like a 2x4.
Yeah, like times tables.
That too.
Tomorrow times together.
Like a 2x4. But
Yeah.
Tomorrow multiplied together.
They're also called tuba two.
Oh, okay.
To shortened tuba two.
Tubas.
Deeba doobie.
Did we also tell you that one of the Kepler members and one of the TXT members are brother and sister?
We
did mention it at the end of the Kepler.
We did mention it. Yeah, we did mention it at the end.
Just making sure.
Which members are familial?
Oh, you can't tell?
No.
It's the very German-looking boy.
Oh, okay. Well,
they have the exact same face.
All right. Well, I'll look. I'll make it. I'll go look.
Yeah.
All right, in the next music video. All right. I'm not. Excuse
he
me
has a
for not.
Very unique look.
Okay. I'll go. I'll make sure to use my eyes. You know, I'll really focus.
Use your eyes.
All four of them.
All four of them. You're right. All right. This is ghosting, I think. So let's get into that one. I'm gonna use my eyes.
Nice little live performance vocals.
I'm gonna use my eyes, guys.
Look with your special eyes.
my brain.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bumgyu had conjunctivitis, so he has an eye patch. Not for stylistic reasons.
Oh damn! I thought it was for stylistic reasons.
That's not the one if you're thinking about it, Brandon. I'll let you know when he comes up.
Don't tell me. I just want to figure it out.
Oh, you want to figure? Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Wait, so this is a stage, right?
Yes, this is a live performance.
Fuck. I don't know who it is.
Oh, you can't figure it?
No.
You should have been looking harder at Kepler.
I'm here for the music, guys.
That's for sure.
Now I'm gonna go look up the Kepler members.
I really want to see like the zoom out of this stage.
I think it's just a room.
There you go.
Well, there's a stage.
Okay. So the whole intro thing was just a pre-recorded thing.
Well, this is all pre-recorded because it's during 2020.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, okay, very cool. That was Ghosting by TXT. I think I figured
I
out who
love
it
it.
is. Is it Kai?
Oh, really?
Is it Kai?
Yeah, good job.
And is it by? Don't know how to pronounce her name.
Bahie or
Baye?
Bahi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Baye.
Baye. Okay. Cool. I did it.
Did you cheat?
No. I just looked up
Very good.
I just looked up their photos and I was
Oh,
like, wait.
nice,
I was
nice.
like looking. I was like trying to like line it up, you know, like my phone and like.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like I was like, wow, okay, wait. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense actually. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, while I was doing my homework, I enjoyed this song. Definitely a different vibe. Like this feels like very indie, like almost like indie rock kind of a little bit, like a little like an indie pop kind of like rock song, sort of song. Like I was very surprised at like the instrumentation. I don't know if whether or not it was maybe just for this like showcase or not, or if like the actual.
No, it was.
This is the actual
what
song.
the track sounds like.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I think that's what surprised me the most. Was just kind of like the instrumentation. I think they did a very good job of kind of incorporating different sounds with this one. I also really enjoyed kind of their performance, especially on stage, because then you get to hear a lot more of the, like the vocal layering that I feel like maybe you kind of miss out on if you're just like watching an MV. So I do like that aspect of it, and I think it gives me a little bit more appreciation for like each member. But yeah, this one was solid. I think it was definitely one that I wasn't expecting them to do, but I think they did a very good job of like doing something that was very unexpected to me. So I vibed with this one. I enjoyed it. Nope.
Okay, I just looked at the credits on this track, mostly because I love bragging about how many people work on their tracks. This one's well over 15. One of them, I actually know. Yeah. Actually, quite a few of them. I should preface that a lot of the members actually work on the music. I haven't mentioned it before, but they do.
Thank you for letting us know at like the almost the last song of this playlist. Well, I kind of inferred as much.
I also don't know how much of it they work on because there's so many people on the tracks. I assume Yeonjun writes his own raps. I assume Taehyun does a lot of like composing, so he probably does a lot of melodies. Yeah. This one had all of them except Yeonjun and Bumgyu on the track.
Interesting.
And surprise guest, one of my favorite pop artists, Lennon Stella. I don't know if you know her. She makes great music. I didn't know she was on this track until I looked it up just now.
Your face said it all. So yeah.
Yeah. And then of course the typical, a lot of the people that they work with usually. Okay. So good stuff. Produced by El Captain. Oh, we love El Captain.
Do we?
And
I don't know.
We do. We will. You will. You will understand.
You will understand.
He's done other tracks for TXT as well.
Okay.
But this was the song where I learned what the genre shoegaze is, which is the very like ambient rock. No.
It kind of is. Yeah.
No? It does have like
the shoegazy elements.
I was gonna make a point that this sounded a lot to me like late 90s, early 2000s, like shoegaze rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a sense of like the more like commercial shoegaze. I'm not talking about like shoegaze, like the
I know
more like underground stuff.
Right. Yeah, not more mainstream. Yeah. I would kind of
Yeah.
put this in the same lane as like a Tokyo Police Club kind of, like the indie alt sort of stuff, So yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Therese. That wasn't a diss to your comment on
Okay, yeah,
shoegaze.
you made a face out. It was like, eh, and
I
I
was
was
just
like,
trying
oh,
to piece
maybe,
it. I
maybe
think it was
not.
more. I shouldn't have made the face because I was more so like piecing it together. It wasn't necessarily a
Okay, okay.
a diss. Yeah.
Then yeah,
Sorry.
shoegaze. It led to a lot of interesting searches on Spotify with a lot of good music that I ended up liking. So, if you also like the very ambient sort of rockish vibe,
Yeah,
check it out.
I do. Yeah.
Also check out Len and Stella,
Yeah. Shout
and
outs.
that's all the plugs I got.
Did you go, Alex? Did you talk about the song?
No, but I think like everything
It's covered.
that we've been talking about has really covered. I don't really have too much else to say. I mean, there wasn't really the set was nice, but I don't really have anything to comment about the video or anything. So I think we kind of covered it all.
Really good
I liked
vocals.
it. I liked it.
Yeah. Is the rest of the album like this? Because the two songs we listened to, right? Those were this is on this album, correct?
I'd say they all sound like you would hear them at sunset.
Okay.
Whatever that means for you.
I'll take that. I'll take that as on face value. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into this last one here for part one. And do you know what the song title is for this one, Therese? Is it love? It says love song. Actually, wait. It's
Okay.
oh
The
X
full
Y.
title is
Jesus
0x1
Christ.
equals love song I Know I Love You featuring Siori. Sorry?
Siori.
Sorry?
Siori.
I don't know
Siori.
who's Siori.
Okay.
Who is Siori?
She's
Siori's an amazing soloist, kind of like indie songwriter
Oh.
girl.
Okay.
Her music, you would love her music actually.
Oh.
She is an incredible songwriter.
Maybe I'll
she is
do.
like a legend.
Maybe I'll have
Mhm.
to do. Maybe on our off days where you guys are taking a break, maybe I'll do a Siori deep dive on a Monday.
She's not really K-pop.
Right.
Oh, okay.
On her own. She's like her own kind of. You
But
should
she-
check her out in her
like
free
is
time.
she like
Yeah.
is she like K-pop adjacent though? Does she
No,
collaborate with a
She
lot of
just
works.
Korean.
She works with some Korean K-pop stars, but otherwise, no. You
Okay.
should just check her out on your own time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check out Siori. Love it. All right, let's get into the next one. I'm gonna go give her a follow now on Spotify before I forget.
I think they each have their own timbre, and it's very nice.
There's no nuance. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Right. Uh, yes to everything you guys said. Loved the instrumentation. This was definitely a left field for K-pop, where there was some bits of like angsty rock, punk rock coming up, but this was the first time that it got like it blew up and became a new sort of trend. So totally deserved. I was gonna say this is my favorite song of 2021, but I already said that in the GOT7 video because
did.
Jackson Wang came out with Leave Me Loving You, and I love that song.
That is a great song. Yeah, I will say. Yeah.
But this is definitely like the top amongst a lot of K-pop fans in 2021. It's a really, really good one. It's really well put together. It's actually it has some of the least credits of the TXT title tracks, but some of which were like Matt Thompson, Melanie Joy Fantana, Slow Rabbit, and RM from BTS. So nice. Some really good songwriting, really good arranging, really good producing.
I will say I'm very excited to delve into BTS. I'm still on the V kick, so I'm,
nice.
Still vibing out with that release. It's such a great one. So I'm sure everybody that watches this already knows how good it is, but I just wanted to just, chat from the rooftops here. Logan gave us some wisdom here, so we love it. Shout out to Logan. This is another dark one. This video is centered around them back in the real world, which we see in the background. Yeonjun, parents fighting while he's playing video games, and he proceeds to steal the car with the other members. We also see one of the members sees a fish in the sky, and then we see another member looking in a fish tank, symbolizing while they are in the real world, they still fantasize about Magic Land. Then we realize at the end, Yeonjun was alone the whole time and was just imagining his members. We reached the conclusion when you see them separate all the different locations, but they are all thinking about the good days when they were hanging out, and the "I know it's real, I can feel it" line has to do with him imagining but feeling that it's real. That's crazy. I didn't know there's so much depth to TXT. That. I think that gives me a little bit more love for the song, so would agree. And then Manji says, my top song all time on Spotify, and then gave us a heart emoji. So that's pretty high remarks, I'd argue. So, all right. Well, guys, this was part 1 of TXT. Hopefully y'all will be joining us for part 2 on Wednesday. We are keeping the trend of, if we're doing a long boy, we're gonna have the parts back to back, just so you guys are in the mood for TXT. So excited for part 2. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to add other than, I don't know, our next group beyond TXT. We may or may not jump back to Mamamoo, but we'll find out. I keep seeing NMix pop up on my Instagram feed, and I feel like we haven't touched on NMix yet.
NMix. We gotta do NMix. That's a good one-off too.
It's a good one-off.
This is a good time for NMix right now.
Let's do NMix. I'll make a playlist right now.
I feel like since we'll have the one-off for the Wednesday, we might be doing NMix. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I know people want us to do one we, so I think we might have to make another poll again soon. But I think at least from what I would like to do, and Alex and Therese can confirm or deny on right now, I think we're gonna finish out TXT for this week. Next week will probably be NMix, and then we'll probably finish out Mamamoo to start beginning in February roughly. Or we will be in February, I think. Yeah, we will be in February. Sounds I think that's probably a good looks. But yeah, that's what we got planned. So if you enjoy any of those groups, make sure to subscribe. If you are watching us on Twitch, give us a follow. It's the best way to know when we go live. We try to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, but the Monday is every other Monday. So, keep posted. I try to post it on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, subscribe so you don't miss out on the VODs. If you want to come join us live, come join us live. It's a good time. Again, give a shout outs to Logan. Much love. Manji, thanks for joining us as well. And we'll catch you on Wednesday. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.